Hello folks and welcome to another Wise Game video. This is going to be our Final Fantasy III review and information video. This is going to be the second part and I'll have it linked to the original one. And basically I'm just going to cover things in here that I promised that I would in the first video, because now that I've completed the game, I kind of know how all the saves work and all that now, so now I can pass that information along to you guys if you haven't played the game yet. Again, like I said in the first video, it's a fantastic game. If you like these kind of Japanese RPG turn-based games, this Final Fantasy game is definitely worth the $15 that I paid for it. Now, the first thing we're going to go over in this video is a little bit about the jobs, about extra saves, and a few other things. Okay. Now, here I am back at the very start of the game. This is where you, when you first play the game, this is where you come out of that cave, and this is the first town you come to. Now, there's a reason why I'm here, which I'll show you guys in just a few minutes. I'm going to go inside my ship. Okay, and the first thing we're going to go over a little bit is about the jobs. Now, the jobs I am no pro at, because I didn't, as we could see, there's still a lot that I didn't play. Because after all, it would take you probably 1,000 hours of playing this game to actually get all of them up to a decent level, at least level 99. 99 is the max level that you could level these to. Okay, my highest one has been this warrior, and he's at level 95. Okay, so I can't really say which ones are the best and which ones are the worst. I did a lot of research on it just so I wasn't wasting my time putting a lot of hours into a class that would just be a waste towards the end of the game. But basically, most of them are really good if you put the time into it, you know. But the ones that a lot of people that they tend to put their nose up to was the Scholar. Geomancer is a fun class. It's a fun job. I don't know about end content, but let me say this: if you go with, say, any kind of mage, okay, like the white mage and the black mage, you should always have a healer in your group for one. So I think somebody should always be a white mage, which becomes later on the devout, okay, and that's the upgrade to the healer. What the upgrade is, I don't really know. I think that they hold more MP or something like that. You could use them more, but I think that they basically use a lot of the same skills, a lot of the same spells in the game that you buy. Okay, now classes that you can stick with. Well, put it this way: what I finished the game with, and I had no problems at all. Okay. To be truthfully honest with you, the last boss in the game, I don't want to give too many spoilers away, was a cakewalk for me. Okay, and my guys are not even nearly cap level. They're only level 66. Okay, and the last boss was cake. He was cake. I think it took me 6 turns and I killed him. Okay, none of my guys ever died. All right, so just to give you an idea, I never even end up using any of my big items like elixirs and stuff. So just so you guys know, okay? And so anyways, what I used was a warrior, a summoner, a devout, and a black belt. Okay. Usually I'm a big fan of magic, but in this one I went a little more melee because there's less to think about and less to worry about. They do claim that some of the melee classes in the game, which is sword users, axe users, they tend to not get good upgrades towards the end of the game, which makes them a little bit weaker than their predecessors. Okay, so but I had a great time using the warrior and the black belt for my melee classes, and they were all doing 9999 damage at my level of 66 in the last place of the game to most mobs. The lowest they would hit is about 5,000, so that's really damn good. Okay, the Summoner worked out really well for me. I tried going back to Mage on him, and even though the Summoner job is lower than what his Mage was, he was hitting triple harder, if that's even a word. Okay, but he was hitting a lot harder than when I tried him again as a Black Mage. Okay, or I think Magus might be a form of Black Mage too. I'm not really sure. Okay, or Sage. Okay, but those are the classes I went with, and I would say any class, like even like um, what is it? Um, Dragoon would probably be a good closing class to stick with, or whatnot. So a lot of it you have to try and see the way you want to play. You know, now there is certain parts in the game that does kind of force you to play a certain job or class because, like, there's parts in the game where you have to shrink the party to fit through small little mouse holes to go into a cave or something. Okay, and there's only a couple of jobs that offer that spell, and I think that was either I think it was the black mage or the red mage. I think can use that, or the white mage. Okay. Now, they also sell items for that too later on in the game, but I think the first time you have to shrink the party, you can't get the items yet, so you got to use the magic spell to do that. Okay, so there is certain parts that do make you use a certain class, but most of the times I find you didn't. You didn't have to switch. You know, unless again you just wanted to experiment with those different jobs. And basically, um, what a lot of people do is they come here. That's why I came back to the start of the game. And this is where they grind to level up their jobs. Okay? And this trick is pretty much it's rather boring, it's rather time consuming, but it does work. Okay? So if you're really into grinding and trying to get those levels up for your jobs, this is what most people do. Now, the reason why we come here, no matter what our level is because in this game, leveling up your jobs doesn't really matter about the level of the monsters that you're fighting. It has nothing to do with it. It goes by the amount of turns you use when you fight the monsters. Okay, so that's the reason why a lot of people come here because they don't have to worry about healing, dying, and all that stuff. But there is mobs here that will cast poisons on you. If I come across those mobs, I just kill them and I move on to the next set of mobs. So I'm not using potions to take off the poisons. And basically, all you want to do is go to God on all your tunes. Okay? Because you don't want to kill them. Now, what you can do is when there's two guys like here instead of just one, you can kill off the first one. It just makes it a little bit quicker. Okay? And you still, I think, get the same amount of job experience points. So I'll just kill this guy off, and then the rest of the guys, I'm going to go to God. And you want to do this about 5 minimum to about 8-10 turns per fight to make sure everybody in the group, if you do it right, everybody in the group after doing this will all go up one job level. Not just one or two people, but all four of them. And that's the idea of it. So you want to go like 5 times. And we could see because he's a weak monster to us now, he does hardly no damage. So we don't have to worry about healing and wasting items leveling here. Now I went about 5 times. I paused the video so it wouldn't take as long. And I'm just going to kill him now and we'll see what we get. And sometimes it's good to attack with just one guy and God with the rest. If the God turns come up, it's going to count towards the amount of turns. So, and let's see if they get any job points. Okay, he got his job level. Ak got his. Rifia's got hers. And Ingus got his. All right, so I did this about 5 or 6 times, and that's what you got to do. And then you'll always get a job level increase. If you don't, then you got to do it a few more times. Okay, and basically that's all you do. You just go over that over and over again. Now, back in here, or in my ship, I could do it too. I want to go over this with you guys. I'm not even sure where it is in this town. I missed. There's a job class in this game called the Onion Knight. That's supposed to be the highest class or job you could get in the game. And as we could see, I'm missing it because I originally thought or read that it was in the last section of the game, and it is not. Okay, it is not in the last section of the game. So I never ended up getting it. Now, another thing I want to go over really quick too is also sometimes the older jobs that you've already put time into and you got them up to a decent level, sometimes it's worth just hanging on to those and not going with these newer ones because say if you got the devout 15 hours before the end of the game, you're not going to be able to level that thing up really strong enough. So the white mage, which you probably gotten at the start of the game, is probably say already level 50 or 60. So the devout is not always going to be your best choice because he's only going to be like level 20, 25, unless you do a lot of this grinding. So keep that in mind. The the ones that you get later are not always your best options just because of that. Um, Now, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the Onion Knight. The Onion Knight is a quest. It's a side quest you got to do in the game. And I didn't know this until just yesterday, actually, after I completed the game, that these mogos right here, moguls or whatever you want to call them, they're your form of mail system in the game. Now, I have been reading these, but you're going to see that all mine are old mail. It doesn't say new next to it. Whenever you get a new mail, it's going to say new next to it. Now, what this does is that this kind of tells you what to do next in the game. Some of these letters will let you know of side quests, people that need your help, and stuff like that. And by doing that, as we know in video games, you're going to get rewarded usually. Okay? So, I never knew this, that what you have to do is you have to change your main party member to change the mail system. Because each person in your group gets different mail. And I never knew that, so I never checked it. All I was checking was the main guy because I always kept him in the front. Lunith or whatever his name is. Okay? So what you got to actually do is come here and you have to change them. Okay, so let's put the girl now in the front. Let's try her. Now, if I go to this guy, we should see some new mail. See? Okay? And then you click on that, and you click on that, and it's going to kind of give you a little idea of what they want, right? And then we're going to back out. We're going to notice that another new piece of mail came to her. And you want to read that now. Okay? And look, another new piece of mail came. Okay? And it's pretty much going to let you know what that person's looking for. And I'm saying to myself, there wasn't a lot of things to do in this game except go kill the boss. There wasn't many side quests. It's because I wasn't doing this. I did use a guide towards the end of the game, just so I knew where I was going and things like that, but I didn't know about this mail system by switching the tune that's in the front of your party. Now let's try another tune and see what happens. Okay, let's put Angus in the front. See, now he's got new mail. The legendary blacksmith. Now this is a side quest in the game. Okay? So by getting these mails and checking them with each member, putting them in the front, that's how you're going to discover the side quest without always jumping to a guide. Of course, they might not go too much into detail of exactly where to go, and you might still have to resort to a guide because of that. But at least it lets you know that there's something going on that you haven't done yet. All right? Now, if you automatically go and complete one of these without checking the mail, I don't know if the new would go away. I'm not sure about that. But anyways, this is how you find out, and this is how you get the Onion Knight. One of these letters is going to start leading you on a quest that's going to get it where you could go and get the Onion Knight, which I'm probably going to do next in the game, and then I'm going to explain the next thing I want to go over in the game also, which is the extra save. Okay? There is an extra save in the game. I activated it last night, and I'll show it to you guys. Okay, I'll probably have to shut down the game to do this. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Let me press the start button, go to quit. Okay, now I'm going to open this back up, and I hope that the music doesn't blare in my headphones. I shut it off in the game, but sometimes it doesn't work on the splash screen, so I'll soon see. Yep, it is. I don't think you guys should be able to hear it, though, because I got it on the headset. Alright, it's making me yell. Alright, now we're going to go to continue. No, we're going to go to load game, not continue. We're going to go to load game, and if you notice... Oh man, this music is blaring. If you notice, see the three slots on the top? Okay? If you notice, the third slot has the 3 stars at the bottom. That means it's an extra game after me completing it already. Okay? So what it does is that it brings you back here, which is right outside the final place that I did. This is where I saved it last. Okay? So it does have an extra save, but it doesn't put the game back to new. So it's kind of useless. Unless if you missed a couple of things that you read about and you want to go back and get them. Like, I'm probably going to go get the onion knife, but I'll probably never use them now. Because I'm done with the game. I beat everything. You know? So, and I'm only missing 6% of the boxes in the whole game, which is pretty good. There's a thing that shows you all that. And there's another thing right here that I just noticed, too. I don't know if it's in here. Where did I find that? Oh, God, where did I... Oh, it's up on the ship. This guy, this is the male guy right here to the left, and this guy to the right has all your status of the game. Okay? And if you go to achievements, it lets you know kind of how you did in the game. My clear time was 59 hours, which I did a lot of grinding now. Chess open was 92%. That's pretty damn good. How many enemies was defeated, master cards, and all that stuff. Okay, so there's a lot of information in this game. You just got to know how to use it, you know. And like I said, that mail system is really important. Changing that front guy in your party, so that you get different results and new mail to show up so you know what to do next. Okay, so don't make the mistake I did. Try to get all these cool things before you end the game. You know, because once you end it, it's like the excitement's over. Unless you want to play the game again. Then cool, then you're going to be really strong and you're going to have all your... Well, again, no, you can't because the bosses won't come back. The only boss that... I'm not even sure if he will come back. No, I guess he wouldn't. The actual final boss, because this save was after I beat him. The credits roll in the game. You got to wait for the credits to roll in the game. And the credits in this game roll really fast. They don't take a long time to roll. So just let the credits roll, wait, be patient, let the game end, let it roll, wait till it says fin, which is finished, and stuff, and then it's going to give you the option of doing the extra save. Okay, so it does, excuse me, it does have the extra save, but anything that you've gotten in the game and already killed is not going to be there. Okay, so keep that in mind. What else do I want to go over too? I think that's pretty much it. I think that pretty much covers everything I wanted to go over. Everything else you guys could just find out on your own. I don't want to give out too much information and spoil it. And again, resort to guides if you get stuck. You know, there's a lot of resources out there, a lot of videos and things like that. So again, guys, have fun. Play Final Fantasy III for the computer system. This was Wise Gamer, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.